everyone. This is Mrs. Pittman here. I just wanted to say that today is my last video. I have completed my student teaching, so I will be graduating. But I do want to thank you for being awesome students, and I have loved every second of teaching and getting to know each and every one of you. I've loved my time at Cross Creek, and Miss Ray, she's an awesome art teacher, and you guys are so lucky to have her. I just want to say thank you to all of y'all, and that today is our last video, so let's get started making art. Today we are going to be making complementary lava lamps. Now you might be wondering what complementary means, so let's figure it out. So I'm going to put our lava lamp over to the side, and we're going to look at a color wheel. So you might remember from art class going over the color wheel, learning about analogous colors, primaries, but today we're going to learn about a color scheme called complementary. Now, it can get a little confusing, so we're going to take our time and we're going to try to figure it out. So, when you think of Christmas, what two colors do you think of? Well, I know that I think of red and green. So, as you can see, red's at the top of our color wheel and green's at the bottom. Do we notice anything about these two colors? Yes, they're across from each other. So, they are across from each other. There's a little line that connects the red to the green. Now, those are complementary colors. The color across from the color is complementary to it. So, another example of complementary colors would be yellow and purple. Yellow and purple are complementary colors. And then our last set of complementary colors are blue and orange. So when choosing your complementary colors, you can pause the video and look at the color wheel, but you're going to look at your color, choose what color you want most. So I know that I like yellow. It's one of my favorite colors. So I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to look across the color wheel to the color across from my color, and that is purple. So the complementary colors that I'm going to use are yellow and purple. So just pause the video if you need to, figure out your complementary colors, and then get back started, and we're going to be making a lava lamp. So let's look at the materials that we are going to need. So to do this lesson, we're going to need a couple of materials. You will need a paper plate, a plastic fork or a normal fork, a clothespin, anything you have that could scratch something with. You'll see in a second. A piece of construction paper, some crayons of your complementary colors, and a black marker. Now my piece of construction paper is the lighter color of my complementary colors. And you will also need some scissors. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to flip your paper plate over, and you're going to begin to draw your lava lamp. To do that, you'll start at the top of your paper plate, and you're going to come down and make a triangle-like shape. Then at the bottom, we are going to make an hourglass. So we're going to angle it in, coming in, and then we're going to go back out and make an hourglass shape or a fishtail. And now we're going to cut that little triangle area, and then we're going to cut the rest of the lava lamp out. Now that we have it cut out, we're going to grab that black marker, and we're going to color the top of our lava lamp. That's going to be the cap, and then the bottom, we're going to color that black. Now, if you don't have a black marker, feel free to use a crayon or a colored pencil. Now, once you have it done, colored in the black, you're going to grab your two crayons. Remember, we're using those complementary colors that we talked about at the beginning of the video. So I'm using yellow and purple. Those are complementary colors. And then I'm going to start coloring with my lighter color. So of yellow and purple, the lighter color is yellow. So I'm going to use my crayon, and I'm going to press kind of hard, but color the white part of my lava lamp. And I'm using the first color of my complementary colors, the lightest one. And I'm using the yellow, and I'm just coloring in that entire spot that is white, yellow. making sure that it's a good even coat. And now that we're done with our yellow, we're going to use our second complementary color, which mine was purple, and we're going to color over the yellow crayon. So I'm taking my purple crayon and I'm coloring over it my yellow crayon. This is why it's important to use your darker shade on top, you'll see. But you're coloring until there's an even coat of your second complementary color over top your first complementary color. Now once you are done coloring that second coat, just make sure that it's really even and thick on there. And you're going to want to grab something to scratch at this with. We're going to scratch the top layer of crayon off. So for me, I'm going to use that plastic fork I had at the beginning of the video. We are going to be using organic shapes. Now, this is different from our Picasso lesson where we learned about geometric shapes. Organic shapes are weird, oddly shaped things. So it's not this basic shapes like a square, a circle. It really can be anything. I like to think of them as big blobs. Things like if you squeeze your toothpaste, what would come out? An organic shape. So I'm going to create some organic shapes and I'm going to scratch off the first layer of crayon. So it's going to expose the yellow layer of crayon underneath. If you don't have something to scratch off with, your nail will work just as fine. But I'm just scratching off that first layer of crayon and I'm making organic shapes. Remember, those are any oddly shapes that you can create. They look like germs, or like if you squeezed out some paint, it would look like a big blob. That is what organic shapes are. Now you're going to take that and you're just going to scratch off all of your organic shapes. Now that I have all of my organic shapes created and scratched off, I can grab a white crayon and we're going to create reflection. Now I'm going to show you my first one that I created. You can kind of see it. There's a little bit of reflection in the tips of my blobs that I created, or my organic shapes. I'm taking my white crayon and I'm just adding a little line of white to create a highlight or a reflection. I'm also doing that on my lava lamp. Now that I have this complete, I'm going to flip my lava lamp over and I'm going to add some glue to the top and bottom of my lava lamp. I'm just using stick glue, but use whatever glue you have available to you. When gluing your lava lamp down, you want to glue the bottom of your lava lamp to the bottom of your sheet of construction paper. Now we are going to create more organic shapes. To do this, you're going to grab a color of the same color of your construction paper. Since my color is yellow, I grabbed a yellow marker. Then you're going to make 2 wiggly lines. After you have created your lines, you could also make more than 2, I just made 2. You're going to take your marker and you're going to kind of make earthquakes around those lines. So you're just going to follow your line over and over again until you're done filled up the page. And then this is what your lava lamp will look like. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and I would love to see what you create.